What is up, you guys? It's Dustin and I am back with another video, and in this video I want to talk about everyone that is not speaking out about Colleen. Now, I have been tagged numerous times on Twitter of people saying, oh, you're defending Trisha, oh, you're Trisha's lackey, you won't speak up. Yes, the I will. I don't understand why people think that I will not speak on Trisha. I owe no loyalty to Trisha Paytas at all whatsoever. Has Trisha Paytas been really nice to me? Yes. Have I met Trisha Paytas in person and spoke to her at length for hours? Yes. But that will not deter me from coming on here and doing what I think is right. I don't understand all these people on Twitter that like to run their mouth as if I will not get in a video and talk about Trisha. Me and Trisha have not always gotten along. So that narrative needs to stop now. Me and Trisha have went back and forth on Twitter quite a few times. She's unfollowed me. She doesn't follow me now. And I wanted to come on here and talk about all of that. And it's not just Trisha. I want to talk about all these people, literally like Manny, Laura, Daniel Preda, Joey Graceffa, who else? There's other people that have been friendly with Colleen, Bretman Rock. Tons of people have benefited from being friendly with Colleen and being on Escape the Night as one of the cast members. So they all know Colleen. And it's just really weird to me that now all of the people that are friendly with Colleen that won't speak up is almost the same exact pool of people that are friends with James Charles and won't speak up and haven't ever, out of like all of the shit that has ever came out against James Charles. It's actually mind-boggling to me that these people are just allowed to not speak and people aren't saying anything outside of Twitter. It's really crazy. So let's start with Daniel Preda, because Daniel Preda will run his mouth about literally anything. And I remember specifically many times in the past when Daniel Preda would tweet on top of Here for the Tea, Sam's tweets, all kinds of shady things and throw shade at people, but he won't speak on Colleen Ballinger. He made a whole hour and something long video about Gabby Hanna and how she was horrible to fucking work with. So he draws the line at people being horrible and not wanting to work with them anymore because of it. But he won't speak up about what Colleen Ballinger is being accused of when he has been like super close to Colleen Ballinger. Where is the energy? Why is he not speaking out? He has been so vocal in the past about Jeffree Star. He's been so vocal about James and how he defends James and how they're friends. He just recently posted that fucking birthday cake that James posted that said, and you did it at my birthday dinner.
Like, it was just like, no big deal. Like, sucking dick and cock. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
So obviously Daniel Preda has no problem throwing little digs out there because that was clearly aimed at Tati. So where is his energy for Colleen Ballinger and getting called out for everything that she did to Adam McIntyre? Which leads me to Joey Graceffa. Now, we all know that Joey Graceffa really engaged with all this stuff with Gabby Hanna. He kind of, in my opinion, pushed Daniel, but he also backed him up on everything that happened on the Escape the Night set. So there again, we have Daniel Preda and Joey Graceffa not holding any of the two people that have been like accused of really bad things accountable, and they think it's okay just to be friends with them and move on and la-di-da like nothing happened at all. Now let's talk about Trisha Paytas. Now, you guys know I don't want to add to any kind of hate that Trisha gets because Trisha does get a ton of hate from people on Reddit and Twitter, but I do think that it's very important to talk about Trisha because Trisha currently has this podcast with Colleen Ballinger, and they're like allegedly like deleting comments and silencing people from saying things that they want to say. So I think it's important that we actually talk about Trisha Paytas for a minute. I've seen a lot of people saying that they think Trisha will speak up, and I don't, just because everything that Trisha gets into these days always falls apart. Every single podcast, I bet you Trisha is like, damn, I have really bad luck. I'm trying to move away from all of this, but somehow all this shit keeps getting brought up. And the podcast with Colleen Ballinger just kind of really threw me for a loop. I knew that they were friends, but I didn't know that they were friends like that enough to start a podcast together. But I do think that Trisha should certainly say something. Do I think she will? No, I don't think that Trisha will. And if she doesn't, that's going to be very telling because none of us know what could come out down the line because there is so much stuff in this fandom that is being leaked and put on the internet. All kinds of conversations are being leaked. I think Adam was just tweeting about how more stuff was going to come out about Cody. So this whole situation is very bad. And if I were Trisha, I would certainly get away from Colleen, but I don't see Trisha doing that. Even though in the interview that Adam did with Rich Lux, he said that Colleen Ballinger talked about Trisha Paytas behind her back and made fun of her. Now, you guys know that that is a big thing for Trisha. Trisha has called people out in the past for doing this very thing. And I think it would be interesting if Adam had some kind of receipts to prove that. I honestly believe Adam, because Colleen is such a mean girl. We all remember what she did to Jaclyn Hill at that Christmas party where they all got around and she asked her about her lipsticks and put her on the spot. That was mean. Do I think Jaclyn Hill deserved it? Yes. But at the end of the day, they were in a group setting of friends and she did that and it made the situation awkward. So honestly, speaking about Jaclyn Hill too.
James Charles just texted me. He said, hello.
I feel like if Jaclyn Hill would come out and own some things and say, you know what, I fucked up and I've done some things that aren't really necessarily good, but I think it's important to speak about this, and then she threw Colleen under the bus, as well as own some things that she did from her past as well. I think Jaclyn Hill could come out and actually come out on top of some things. But again, will she do that? Absolutely not. And in my video that you guys saw me post about Cody, I talked about James Charles and how he defended Colleen Ballinger over all of this shit with Adam. Do we think that James Charles is actually going to come out and say anything in the way of defending Colleen or dragging her or holding her accountable? No, because he's guilty of the same type of shit that Colleen is, just in a different freaking way.
And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
Now let's talk about Manny MUA. Now you guys know that Manny has basically supported James Charles through everything, thick and thin. He didn't care what it was. He was right there to defend and protect James Charles and not open his mouth in any kind of negative way. And he also has ties to Colleen. They've done things in the past. I think that he's been on Escape the Night and they've done collabs together. So why would Manny speak out? Manny's not going to do anything. Manny worries about Manny and what is going to affect his reputation at the end of the day. And he is not going to do anything that could jeopardize his relationship with Colleen, because she is a way bigger creator than he is. And hell, look at the same thing with Laura Lee. Laura Lee's just as guilty. I think she has collabs with her as well. And again, Colleen has a much bigger platform than Laura Lee, so she's not going to speak out either. It's just all very interesting to me how all of this like meshes together, because you have Colleen on one side, you have James on the other, and they've both done horrible, gross, disgusting things. And children were involved. Now, I don't want to get into what capacity because I'm not here to do that in this video specifically. But at the end of the day, I feel like people really need to open their eyes to all of these social media influencers and what they do, because they all do shady shit and they all protect one another, because at the end of the day, if one goes down and they're all connected, they all fucking go down. So I don't expect any of these people that I've mentioned in this video to ever say anything that would remotely be calling out or holding Colleen accountable. It's just not going to happen. I don't foresee any of them actually doing what is right. And I know I got a little bit off topic and went into all these other people and like side-skirted Trisha Paytas, but the thing is with Trisha Paytas is not going to say anything. And I'm tired of people thinking that I won't say anything to call Trisha out. I was literally just retweeting all kinds of things where Trisha was saying that people deleting things shows that they are guilty. It's like an admission of guilt, if you will.
You know who hides? Cowards. You know who stay quiet? Guilty people. And if you do both, you do the math, baby.
And I completely agree. I agree. Because over the years, I have not deleted much of anything. There was a time and point on Twitter where I had to delete a lot of things because my Twitter actually got suspended and there was like some copyright issues that I had to handle. So that is literally the only reason I've ever deleted anything. I've removed maybe a few videos in the past, but it was because the videos that I removed were about people that I became friendly with after the fact. So of course I did not want those videos up. It wasn't anything damning or anything serious as what's going on now. So if people are running and deleting things now, I think it's because they're trying to hide things that they don't want out in the public anymore. And that's what I think about all of that. I think that they all protect one another because they would all go down if one of them got exposed, because I feel like if Colleen went down and she knew something on somebody else, she would probably squeal and all the other people would go down. It would be like a domino effect. You know what I mean? But you guys will have to let me know your thoughts on all of that down below. I just quickly wanted to touch on some things about my series because that is coming and I have found even more things. And now I have people, like literally like 2 people that are going to be included in this series that are now saying, please don't include me in this series. Why? You did all of this stuff in an attempt to ruin other people's lives as well as my own, because I went down with all these people as well because I got labeled as like some kind of biased person with like questionable morals. Are you fucking kidding me? So no, I will not be honoring anyone's request to not be included in my series, and I don't care how you feel about it. You interacted with people that you shouldn't have interacted with, and you said things that you shouldn't have said, so guess what? Here we are in 2023, and it's time to talk about all of it, and I have every bit of the receipts to prove what I'm gonna say in my series. So you know what? You shouldn't be afraid of the truth if you didn't do anything wrong. That's all I'll say. But you guys, please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I did post a trailer.
I think I'm probably going to call this video Leave James Charles Alone 2020 because in all honesty, that is what I want at this point. That is the campaign I'm running on.
I'm desperate.
So he basically promoted her competition when supposedly they were best friends.
Backstabbing. And you can think that you are the best of friends and then you're just not.
She was crying, she was talking about how a friend had just betrayed her trust, how she was sick of doing things for other people.
It's been a long time coming.
It's all I want. It's all I need. I just want people to leave this guy alone.
But you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below about all the people that I discussed in this video. I really just truly do not think that any of them are going to speak up, because it's in their best interest not to speak up, because they know that if they get to talking, that they could be implicated in something as well, because they are all aware of shady shit that has went on in the past. They all know dirt on one another, and it's just who can get their shovel faster. It's not gonna happen, at least in my opinion. But you guys, I hope you all have an amazing day. It feels great out here. I'm gonna go get my computer and edit this video for you guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.